ASUS unveils BTF motherboards and graphics cards with hidden connectors. ASUS today announced the ROG BTF and TUF Gaming BTF white ecosystems, each designed to hide cables so builders can achieve a clean and organized aesthetic with PCs built for a wide variety of scenarios. This innovation is realized through a key high-power connector on graphics cards compatible with the graphics card high-power slot on BTF motherboards. BTF versus Advanced BTF. The ASUS ecosystem of BTF components gives users plenty of options as they are planning a hidden connector build. With the combination of a BTF chassis and a BTF motherboard like the TUF Gaming B760M BTF Wi-Fi D4, users can tuck away all the cables that connect directly to the motherboard, including the cables that supply power to it, connect 2.5-inch SATA drives, connect case fans, and connect to front panel buttons and I/O ports. Yet that is not quite all the cables in a modern PC build equipped with a powerful graphics card. GPUs often require more power than the PCI X16 slot can supply, so they require users to connect a key power cable. For users who prefer to hide that wire as well, ASUS offers the Advanced BTF approach. Advanced BTF motherboards include a graphics card high-power slot ready to supply all the power that a BTF graphics card needs. Users will need a graphics card with a key high-power connector in order to build an Advanced BTF PC. The high-end choice with hidden connectors, the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF. ASUS is debuting two new BTF motherboards enabling hidden connector builds, starting with the cutting-edge ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF. In aesthetics and specifications, this premium board takes many cues from the ROG Maximus Z790 Dark Hero. Like the Dark Hero, it bears shadowy tones, armored panels and hulking VRM heat sinks. Polymo lighting on the I/O shroud sets it all off with the perfect accent. This microstructural array of light and color features two layers of RGB lighting that work in tandem to display a luminous ROG design. Despite the similarities among these boards, they end up looking strikingly different with the connectors and headers tucked out of sight. The armored elements of the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF now extend all the way to the bottom of corners of the build. The edges are cleaner and more distinct. The Q-code and QLED diagnostic features to reflect system status are a bit easier to take advantage of in their less busy surroundings. For any builder who leans toward a less is more aesthetic, the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF is a major step forward. As one of the latest ROG Z790 motherboards, the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF boasts a cutting-edge feature set. A key 5.0x16 slot stands ready for the best graphics of today and tomorrow, and in line with it is a graphics card high-power slot that allows users to install a BTF graphics card. Dual Thunderbolt 4 connectors at the rear panel stand ready to support next-generation peripherals at full speed, and ROG Supreme FX 7.1 audio paired with an ASUS CS9218 quad DAC for front panel connections provides crisp, clear gaming audio no matter what headset or speakers users plug into their PC. A USB 20 Gbps connector gives users a connection to a high-bandwidth USB Type-C port on the front panel. With voltage regulator modules featuring 20+1+2 power stages, each rated to handle up to 90 amps, the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF is ready for a top-shelf Intel processor. Each power stage is rated for up to 90 amps of output, and each provides the cleanest possible power delivery to the processor, even under the highest loads. The ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF Sample M.2 support gives users high-end options for building out a speedy and spacious storage system. The onboard key 5.0 M.2 slot lets users install one of the fastest drives on the market, and 4 additional key 4.0 M.2 slots let users supplement their storage even further with additional drives. The ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF gives users high-end networking options. Wi-Fi 7 support will let them access the latest generation of wireless networking when they pair this motherboard with a Wi-Fi 7 router. For those who prefer wired connections, A high-bandwidth 2.5 Gbps Ethernet port awaits. Finally, the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF offers one of the latest ASUS DIY-friendly innovations, the Q-Slot Q-Release Slim. With this mechanism, users will not need to release a tricky latch or even press a button to release their graphics card from the slot. Simply tilt the card toward the latching mechanism to automatically unlock it from the Q-Slot. This makes upgrades and maintenance easier than ever before. A BTF motherboard with bold white accents, the UF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi. These days, many PC builders are leaning toward the classy, clean look of a white-themed build. ASUS already offers a lineup of white peripherals, monitors, cases, graphics cards, AIO coolers and more, but now it is ready to add a white-themed BTF motherboard into the mix. Meet the UF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi motherboard. This board's striking contrast between its premium black PCB and its white shrouds and heatsinks sets it apart from the rest. The hidden connector design enables an upgraded and expanded M.2 heatsink, ensuring great cooling for SSDs and a bold look for a build. Even the ASUS Wi-Fi Q antenna boasts a white finish, making sure that a build has a cohesive look. PC builders trust UF Gaming motherboards to deliver great gaming features, a ruggedized aesthetic and reliable performance. The UF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi charges into the fray with an enhanced power solution with 16+1+1 power stages, a 6-layer PCB, pro-cool sockets, alloy chokes and durable capacitors for stable power delivery. It is more than ready for a 14th general Intel Core processor. Like the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF, the UF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi is ready for an advanced BTF build with its graphics card high power slot ready to power BTF graphics card. Wi-Fi 7 support preps users to take advantage of the next generation of wireless networking with a compatible router, while an Intel 2.5 Gigabits Ethernet port provides a high-speed wired connection. Users will find an onboard USB 20 Gbps Type-C port on the rear I/O panel ready to deliver blistering file transfer speeds to external storage, and a total of 4 PCIe 4.0 M.2 slots let users install a spacious and speedy storage array for their gaming library. 2 chassis options for a BTF build. For the most part, standard PC DIY components will work with a BTF motherboard. Users will not need specialized CPU coolers, power supplies, SSDs or RAM, but they will need a compatible chassis. Standard motherboard trays will not let users access the connectors on a BTF motherboard. For out-of-the-box compatibility, ASUS offers 2 options. First is the ROG Hyperion GR701 BTF Edition. A special edition of our award-winning chassis, the ROG Hyperion GR701 BTF Edition takes the original's premium feature set and adds motherboard tray cutouts perfectly positioned for users to access the connectors of their BTF motherboard. Like the original, it boasts outstanding cooling performance with its dual 420mm radiator support, 4 140mm fans, and a built-in fan hub. It offers plenty of elbow room for even the beefiest of graphics cards, and it aids the build process with a 34mm deep cable management chamber with a 46mm wide routing channel. To give the UF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi a perfect home, ASUS is debuting an all-new UF Gaming chassis, the UF Gaming GT302 ARGB. This dazzling white mid-tower chassis is ready for a BTF motherboard, and it offers a host of cooling upgrades and innovative features ready to simplify the build process. For great out-of-the-box airflow, the UF Gaming GT302 ARGB includes 4 140mm ARGB fans. Exceptionally thick units, 28mm thick, ensure top-tier airflow and static pressure. Since so many builders opt for AIO liquid CPU coolers these days, ASUS is debuting a new feature with the GT302 that greatly simplifies the process of installing an AIO. The entire top panel is detachable so that users can easily install and clean the radiator. The GT302 also offers a compelling balance of size and component compatibility. As a mid-size tower, it does not demand as much desk space as does the ROG Hyperion BTF, yet it can still comfortably accommodate ATX motherboards and high-end graphics cards with substantial cooling solutions. BTF graphics cards ready to join the fray. Users can use a traditional graphics card or BTF graphics card for a BTF motherboard. The BTF 5.0x16 slots are ready for whatever GPU users care to install. But a standard graphics card will require its usual power cable to be connected in the usual place, and that cable may stick out in a hidden connector build. That is why ASUS has developed two BTF graphics cards, the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4090 BTF Edition and the BTF Gaming GeForce RTX 4070 Super BTF Wide Edition. Rather than using traditional 16-pin external power connectors, these cards have a BTF high power connector on the bottom for power transmission, a mechanism not unlike what ASUS uses in its GPU servers. Note that while users do not need a BTF graphics card when using a BTF motherboard, if they purchase a BTF graphics card, they will need to install it in a BTF motherboard. Beyond the aesthetic appeal of a hidden connector build, the BTF high power connector offers a few advantages. For one, users will not have to worry about whether their case has enough horizontal space to keep their GPU power cable from pressing against the side panel. Second, it serves as an additional attachment point to the motherboard, so it aids in the fight against GPU sag. And since it slots into place right as a user is installing the graphics card, it completely obviates the secondary step of connecting a power cable. Since the BTF high power connector can deliver up to 600 watts, it suits the most powerful graphics card in the ASUS lineup. Introducing the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4090 BTF Edition. ASUS did not reinvent the wheel for this beastly GPU, it offers the same ultra-competitive performance, 24GB of GDDR6X, NVIDIA RTX 40 Series I accelerated features, powerful and quiet cooling solution and die-cast shroud as the ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4090 that users already know and love, but it looks better than ever without a 16-pin external power connector hanging off the side. For a white-themed hidden connector build, ASUS offers the BTF Gaming GeForce RTX 4070 Super BTF Wide Edition. It retains the performance, cooling, and pristine style of the original BTF Gaming GeForce RTX 4070, but with its BTF high power connector, it is a great choice for a BTF build, and it features a snowy white style that perfectly complements the BTF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi and BTF Gaming GT302 ARGB. The new standard for showcase builds. The familiar everything faces one-way design of ASUS motherboards has served customers well for decades, but it is time for a new approach. For too long, PC builders have resorted to every trick in the book to keep their cables neat and tidy. It is time to hide those cables entirely. With the ROG Maximus Z790 Hero BTF and BTF Gaming Z790 BTF Wi-Fi motherboards, users have two high-performance hidden connector options ready to simplify their building process and leave them with a clean, professional-looking PC. The ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4090 BTF Edition and BTF Gaming GeForce RTX 4070 Super offer complementary style and outstanding gaming performance, while the ROG Hyperion GR701 BTF Edition and BTF Gaming GT302 ARGB provide the compatibility users need in two distinct colorways. Many more BTF chassis options from the BTF Alliance. As proud as ASUS is of the look and feel of the ROG Hyperion GR701 BTF Edition and BTF Gaming GT302 ARGB, we know that builders like to have a full menu of options as they are picking out a chassis for their next PC. That is why we have partnered with many of the biggest names in the PC case industry to create the BTF Alliance. Through this partnership, users will have their choice of a wide range of PC cases that are fully compatible with ASUS BTF motherboards. Users will start to see these chassis options launch in the first quarter of 2024. In January, Thermaltake, Inwin and Fentex will kick off the party with cases including the Thermaltake Series 330 TGA RGB, the Inwin F5 and the Inwin D5. In February, Cooler Master will debut the Masterbox 600, and Corsair will launch its 6500 series. Silverstone has plans to launch a SATA 82 series of BTF-ready PC cases in the first quarter of 2024. Fans of Be Quiet, Leon Lee and Aerocool will be pleased to learn that all these manufacturers also have BTF chassis designs in the works as well. Look for their announcements in the weeks to come.